Conor McGregor was at the Utah Jazz Milwaukee Bucks game. He passed by the Bucks bench, and Brook Lopez says Conor asked me how tall I was. I let him know, and he asked me to stand up, so I did. At that point, once I got up, I had to size him up, do a little something. I've seen face-offs before, so I knew I had to do my part. Conor's listed as 5'9". Brook Lopez is listed as 7'1". Conor's been in the United States for Knucklemania, which took place over the weekend in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He is a part owner of the BKFC promotion. Rafael Fiziev has interest in taking on Beneil Dariush next. Unfortunate about your fight cancellation, Beneil, but I'm also without a fight. When will you be ready to go? It'd be great to share the octagon with you. Dariush is 9, Fiziev is 11. Dariush wanted to fight guys above him like Holloway, Poirier, and Michael Chandler, but if he can't fight those guys, maybe he can take on Fiziev. He's only 2 spots below him. Chase Hooper talking to McGregor Rousey too about his next fight. Just got the call today, no contract or date yet, and no word if he's taking the fight, but it looks like they want to make me and Jim Miller in April, so that'd be an interesting fight. A young up-and-comer against the most experienced fighter of all time in Jim Miller. So Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller probably in April. UFC likely heading to Montreal, Canada, May 10th for a pay-per-view card, probably UFC 315. They haven't gone there in like a decade. They would go there more often when GSP was the champion and he was in his heyday. So the UFC in May go on May 3rd to Des Moines, Iowa, May 10th, Montreal, Quebec, May 31st, somewhere in Brazil other than Brasilia. Noah Cutter on the right fought in BKFC December 19th. He says he still hasn't been paid. 40 days in Karate Combat, still not paid my purse. Their staff I have contact with are ignoring me and my questions as to where my money is. Lack of professionalism is insane. How can you not pay your fighters? As far as what the normal time period for payment is, he tells me from regional MMA to BKFC, every pro promotion that I fought for pays you the night of the fight. Karate Combat's contract is within 30 regular days. They are 10 days in breach of their own contract. One of the things on the agenda for the Nevada Athletic Commission meeting on Tuesday is a hearing on the extension of a temporary suspension for Dennis Bazookia, who got into it with a fan after a fan got into it with Marab at UFC 310 in Las Vegas. This was after Aljamain Sterling's fight with Movsar Evloev as they were walking back to the locker room. Dricus du Plessis would be down to fight Islam Makhachev for an easy payday, he says. If there's ever a situation where there's no fight for me and no fight for him, that makes sense. I'd be more than happy to do that. It's a very strange fight to talk about considering they're almost like 3 weight classes difference. 30 pounds. We'll see how Makhachev does at 170. He's pondering a move up there. Dustin Poirier is not going to be on the Miami card, but trust me, I have something cooking. You'll know soon. Steve Erceg has exciting announcement coming soon. He was supposed to fight Asu Almabayev on March 1st, but Almabayev is out. Fili versus Costa, February 22nd in Seattle, Washington. Dan Ige pushing for Patricio Pitbull to fight him in his first fight in the UFC, assuming he does sign with the UFC, which is what he wants to do. Sharabullah Magomedov likes to collect cars. He says after his fight with Michael Venom Page on Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, he wants to get a Mercedes GT. Sharabullah's a slight favorite in that fight. He'll try and use his kicks. Page will look to land a counter right hand, and that's how the fight will go. Diego Brandao fighting for the Tough Enough Featherweights title at Tough Enough 142, March 14th. Fighting nerds arrive in Saudi Arabia for Mayra Bueno Silva's fight against Jazz Davicia Saturday. Bueno Silva is an underdog in that one, dropping down to 125. Chito Vera has no fight coming up, but he was modeling over the weekend at Paris Fashion Week. The movie Grace Point comes out this week. You got some MMA people in it, like Dean Thomas over here. You got Aljamain Sterling over here. You got Chris Weidman over here as a priest. MMA Guru tells Dana White to unban me from UFC Fight Pass, you fat bald F. How do you even get banned from UFC Fight Pass? That's paid programming. That's a paid platform. But maybe Dana White will unban him after being called a fat bald F. Foe, I demand to fight cans on the main card. Nickel. Please don't let Volk fight Ilya again.
I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
How do you beat Calvin's ass? I think just using my speed, making him respect, going backwards is going to be huge. I can't let him come forward, which I really do a good job of making people go backwards anyway. So I just need to take that center and I need to make him go backwards, and I need to understand that when he does throw, he blitzes. When he goes, he goes. So make him miss, make him pay. He's down in Mexico already and training at Elevation. I'm getting an Elevation tent to sleep in come tomorrow. So, and I'm on an intense running program, so I'm ready. Are you going to Mexico for a few weeks? Yes, sir. A few weeks. When does your documentary come out? Brother, we've been going back and forth with lawyers because these people didn't want to pay for the licensing that we bought it from, so it's been a nightmare. But I hope soon. Deadline's before this fight, man, and then I'm kind of fed up and done. Me and versus Paulo Costa, that'd be a hell of a fight. Would I fight George Floyd if he comes back from the dead? But I don't know what the point in that is. He'd die again. How do I think Alvarez lost? In the first round, me personally talking to him, he got caught with a shot that broke his jaw, and he tried to tough it out. And then his teeth started to shift by round 3, and that's what led to him getting knocked down. And yeah, man, it's the name of the game. You versus Fluffy, yeah, that'd be a good fight. I think I could put Fluffy out. Teeth punched out? I just had 2 teeth broke by my pops when I was a kid. This one got broke, and this one got broke. Is your dog a week for this card? I think my underdog, if you're going to take one, is Vinicius Oliveira against Said Nurmagomedov. And I would say Jairzinho Rosenstrike. That's a good one, too. What would you be doing if you didn't fight? Probably what I was doing before, car mechanics, building cars, fast cars. I love cars.